Welcome, I'm Sophia from Lipstick Junkie Forever, and today I'm going to be doing my July update for my project Pan. I know it is dark around me. That is because it's 4 o'clock in the morning as I'm filming it. Not intentionally, really not intentionally. It's just that I'm knee deep in a bout of insomnia. I don't generally suffer from insomnia, so I'm not sure what's happening, but I figured the cleaning of the kitchen didn't tire me out. Doing my makeup didn't tire me out because I would have happily taken all of this off. So let's go through with it and film a video. So here I am. There's a lot. There is so much to cover because I've used up a whole bunch of stuff. I have some more. I have some progress to discuss, and I'm bringing in a lot of stuff because it appears that I'm going to be making another move this year. Not sure when exactly, but I'm going to be moving apartments, and if I am doing that, I don't want to take things with me. So here we are. So go get a snack, and I'm gonna jump into it all right now. As I usually do, I'm going to be starting with the items I actually used up because that is the best part, so why not? Let's get to it. The first thing I used up is actually something that I took out of the project during the last update, but here we are. I finished it anyway, and it is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I love this foundation. I absolutely adore this foundation. I don't know why it is that some people don't like it, but that shows you that everybody is very unique and very individual. I love this foundation. The moment it gets a little bit cooler and I'm no longer tan, I'm going to get this foundation because I do think that this works best for me in the cooler months, and I do like the shade that I had in this, which is 2N, so 2 neutral. The next neutral shade I believe is 5N, so that's a little bit deeper than I really wanted. I didn't want to buy 2 foundations in order to even that out. The next item I used up is the one item I thought was going to be here until the end of the year, and it is the Urban Decay Quick Fix Hydra Charged Complexion Priming Spray. I have nothing in there. I use this mainly as both a priming spray and then a refreshing spray throughout the day. I really enjoyed it for that. I didn't enjoy it as a priming spray. Didn't really do much for me, but when I started using it as a refreshing spray, especially like after powders and stuff like that, this really did a really great job of it. So I do like it for that. I believe I took this lipstick out of the project during the last update because it had just gone bad. I thought I was going to try to use it on my lips. I then attempted to use it as a blush. It was way too blue toned for that. And then I just cleaned it out in order to recycle it. I'm going to be going to Nordstrom in the morning or tomorrow night to pick my Nordstrom anniversary sale purchases. And I'm just going to recycle this packaging. But that was to let you know that I did attempt to use it as a blush, and it was just way too cool toned, way too blue toned. There's some things that just can't be multitasked, and that's what I wanted to give you a follow-up on. I also finished the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation with sunscreen. This was very dark for me, but I used it when I had fake tanned, and I had accidentally left my fake tan a little too long, but then this was great. I mixed it with lighter foundations like my wintertime foundations, and it was great for that. Since I just talked about a foundation, I might as well just do the second foundation, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. This was in 115 Ivory. I did think this was too deep for me as well, which is a good thing for me to remember because I almost bought this during the Amazon Prime Day sales. This shade in the pouch, but this shade, and I'm glad that I didn't. I opted for a different foundation, but this was too deep. But I love this foundation. This is one of my holy grail foundations. I will always buy it, though preferably in a shade that actually suits me. I also used up the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Dullness 15% vitamin C and vitamin E serum. This is a wonderful product, but the packaging was faulty, and like because I tend to store products sideways like this, so some product leaked out and became like really nasty and crusty, and I wasn't a fan of that. So I used it up. There's like literally nothing left. This is where I was when I started, and it's done. It's finished. I enjoyed it. I would need some deep drawers in order to keep this upright and if I ever got it again, because this is not something to lean to this on the side. Let's get into the lip products next. The first lip liner I used up is the Jouer Long Wear Creme Lip Liner in shade Pink Champagne Shimmer, and I just I just used everything. I mean, can I even swatch it? I can barely get a line. No, this is done. This is completely done. There's nothing here. I really enjoyed this. These lip liners are phenomenal. They literally dry down on your lips and don't budge. I don't think she's making these anymore, or they're making these anymore, but these were great. I also used up the Kylie Jenner, because I think at the time that these came out, this was still the Kylie Jenner brand, not just like or Kylie Lip Kit or whatever the brand was, not whatever she has now. This was in the shade Bare. I really love this. I have to say, I regret not having this in my life anymore. This was a beautiful shade. If I come across this shade again, I will get it, but I think now it's only available in a lip kit. And I have had that liquid lipstick before, and I just didn't enjoy it. I just don't really use liquid lipsticks anymore, so I see no reason to buy a whole lip kit in order to get a lip liner. It's not like that unique. I'm sure I can find another one, says she, not knowing if she can find another one. The one thing I'm really excited about, because I finally finished it, is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. Now, the shade is beautiful of this. It's just that the formula is very waxy, and I was wondering, why is it that I don't love it as much as so many other people do? And I realized it's because I like to actually fill my lips with a lip liner. So I found that when I was doing it with this, it was harder and it was pulling and tugging at my lips. However, if I use it just as a lip liner, it's absolutely stunning. It's a great formula. It's waxy, so it prevents the lipstick, or if you're wearing lip gloss, from actually leaking out of the lip lines. And that's what it's great for, but it's not how I use lip liners. Maybe I'll get this again for the sole purpose of doing that with it. But right now, I'm glad that I'm finished with it. This was a battle. And I have to say, this only took like one more sharpen before it actually just broke off at the very end. So you lose quite a lot of product at the end. The item that I'm happy to have used up because I enjoyed it, but really sad that I no longer have it and there's no way for me to get it, not even like on Mercari, eBay, Poshmark, anywhere. It's nowhere to be found, is the Laura Geller lip gloss in the shade Sugar Cane. Yes, Sugar Cane. I love this, and I'm done with it. I enjoyed every second of using it. I scraped quite a lot of it, if you can see it. It looks like there's a little bit there, but when I turn it, it isn't. And I've left the tiniest bit in there for the sole purpose of me taking this to like a Sephora, Nordstrom, Ulta, anywhere at this point, to color match this to other lip glosses. So that is really the main reason I left just the tiniest bit, in order for me to make that attempt, because I loved the shade. It was a perfect nude for me, and I'm very sad that I don't make it, but it is what it is. I am very disappointed that companies just like completely get rid of products and don't tell everybody that they got rid of the product. I would like an announcement, please announce it. But I'm done with all of these lip products, and the next few products will be eyebrow and eye products. The next item that's very exciting that I used up is the Marc Jacobs highliner in, what is the shade? In the Out of the Blue. I am done. So I no longer have any Marc Jacobs highliners. Yeah, it's done. It's like you can't even. I no longer have any of them. They're all done. We all know what happened last time. You know, it was an unhappy day. However, I saw somewhere that it's possible that they'll be coming back. Please don't take my word as gospel in this instance. I'm not sure. It might have just been a rumor, but hey, I will take it, because I love the highliners and I still want that shade Odyssey. Like, if they bring that back, I'm buying it and using it immediately, because I cannot wait. Because I loved it so much. But I am done with this. Oh, it's matching my dress. But I am done with this. I am also done with the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Dark Drapes. I did not use the ink stain side. I'm not even going to attempt that. I did not enjoy it, and there's like nothing left. There's just enough maybe for like the thinnest line, but not enough to fill my eyebrow. Not even one of the brows. So I'm done with this. I do enjoy it. I have another one of these, maybe not this exact shade, because the company sent me a whole bunch when they launched these. I have another one of these somewhere in my collection, and I will take it out eventually. The pencil is fine. It's working. They're working fine. So I'm going to take a bit of a break from this because I am working on some other stuff, and then whip it out again maybe by the end of this year or sometime next year. I'm going to call this It Cosmetics Brow Power Pomade an empty or used up because it's gotten to a point where there are bits of foundation within it, and it's doing more damage than good at this point, because at this point, whenever I put it in my brows, it actually leaves streaks of foundation in my eyebrows, and that's not the point. I don't need to use everything up, just so long as just so long as I've used it in a functional manner, or as long as it was functional. But yeah, I'm going to call this one done. And I had to use it a ton in order for it to get there. Like, I use it every day, so I use it a lot. Another thing I'm done with, and I'm so surprised, is the Jouer Creme Eyeshadow Crayon in the shade, what was the shade? Oh, Rose Gold. It was a Rose Gold shade. And I am done. And not only am I done, I actually dug into it, took it out, enjoyed every last bit because this was lovely. And when I first introduced this was in the last update, and it was almost new. So this has 2 grams of product in it. Well, had 2 grams of product in there, and I finished that. Wow. I finished that in 2 months. It is 2.5 months, but that's a new colored wall. So there was a whole thing that happened there. So it took me a little bit longer to film this update, but yeah, I'm done. I mean, I'm done. Look at that. There's not, I dug into it. Amazing. And this final item was one of the items that had a goal usage on it, and it was the Pat McGrath X Bridgerton. This was, I believe, the second palette that they launched. I absolutely love this palette. I used this palette in conjunction with the Jouer cream eyeshadow that I just showed you. And what I would do is I would put that all over my eyelid, and then I would top it with this shade right here. And I also got to use this shade right here, and it is an absolute stunner of a shade. I think I'm going to whip this palette back out sometime in the fall just to use the shade more. What's interesting is this shade has more of a, so it's green when you look at it straight on, but it shifts to black, I believe. It was beautiful. And I also got to use the shade right here. So overall, this is a I think I used every one of them. Yeah, I used every one of these. Yeah. But I used predominantly this shade up here. It was a beautiful topper, and I'm going to retire this for the foreseeable future. I am still going to be popping into it for that rose gold shade that I just showed you because of something that I'm bringing in later in this project. The next item I'm going to talk about, I actually hit my goal on. However, I'm keeping in the project, so I'm going to call it more of a progress update. And it is the ColourPop As You Wave Super Shock Shadow. Yes, you do see pan in there because there's a very, very big pan in there. I mean, it's lovely. I used this, I believe, 12 times over the course of the last month because in May, I just didn't really feel like using it. I really didn't feel like using it in early June. I think it's because I was using the Jouer creme liner, and so I wasn't really using it, but in the last month I used it 12 times, and I think I'm going to make it my goal to use it an additional 10 times between now and my next update, which will be in September, towards the beginning of September. So I'm excited because I like using this in a similar look to what I'm wearing today. It's not what I'm wearing today, however, this is similar in look to what I do like to use it as. So yeah, 10 more on this. I'm really excited. I really love this. I've been really enjoying that, and I've been really enjoying the look. I think I'm using this in the video that I just posted about the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and I'm going to link that below so you can look at that eye look. The next item I have a ton of progress on. You won't be able to see it very easily, but it is a Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. Now, when I introduced this was brand new. I literally opened it, like, I think it was in the middle of the video, but it was brand new, and it's 4 ounces of product, 120 milliliters, 4 ounces. And this has a really bad sprayer. I mentioned that during my last update, and what I did is I actually decanted it into my empty Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray spray bottle, because I love this setting spray and I love this bottle. And so I had one laying around because I just emptied it. And this is phenomenal. This sprayer, the best. But so all you see in this bottle, which is like full, let me, yeah, it's full, as you can see to the very top, and like 10 milliliters drops of this one. I shouldn't have topped this up, but I did it because I really wanted to get this bottle out of the way, but now they're still out. So it is what it is. I have update, but basically all that remains is this, and I'll use it between now and my next update for sure. The next item I have pretty good usage on, but not as much as I did the first time around because I just forgot about it, is the Fenty Beauty matchstick in amber. And all I have left is this. It's like the tiniest nubbin. It's so small. I just don't like contouring very much. It's just not my thing. This product is a little bit drier than I like. I think I got this before they reformulated it, from what I understand. And before they made the formula a lot better. So this is not a review of the formula. It's just a review of what I have myself, which is something I got when it first launched years and years ago. So I don't think I'm gonna have this used up before September, maybe, but I don't think so. I'm hoping that I can get to the halfway point, maybe like right here. Oh, well, I just marked that. So maybe to whatever I just showed you, and then maybe finish it by the end of this year, because I do like it from time to time, but I'm just not a big contourer, and I'm not going to become one, as I've noticed, because I also have this Kevyn Aucoin, what is it called? The Contour Duo. It's got the Sculpt and Highlight. It's a sculpting powder in medium and celestial powder in candlelight, and I've basically used it one time. In like 2 months, I've used it one time. I think I'm almost sure that I'm not going to be using it very much between now and the end of this year. I might just give it to a friend who is interested in this between now and the end of this year, because she's going to be visiting in August. And so if I see her, and actually I will be seeing her, and if she wants it, I'm going to give it to her. So you may never see it again. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to roll it out, because why waste time and energy? This is being rolled out. I'm just not using it. And one way or another, I'm getting rid of it by the end of this year. It's just, I don't contour very much. I'm having a hard time with the cream matchsticks, but I prefer the cream. The powder is just too much, and the highlight is just, I can't see it. And I don't use a lot of highlighter to begin with. The next item I want to update you on is this Kosas little mini concealer. I forget the name. I think it's Revealer Concealer. This is in the shade 1.5C. Now, I didn't use this a lot. I am using it today, but I also have another concealer to brighten that inner corner up. I use it, I think, a total of like 5 times, mainly because I didn't fake tan for a very long time, not until recently. So I didn't have any reason to. This is too deep for me to use when I'm not fake tanned. But it's this lightest shade that comes in this small packaging, and I got it in this small packaging because I wanted to test out the formula before I plopped down the money for like a larger version of it, and didn't like it, because I don't think these are cheap. I think the larger version is like $29, and this was $15. This was $15. Okay, this was $15, so it's quite expensive. The next item I want to update you on is this. It's this Essence highlighter. What is it? It's called Be My Highlight. I think it's a nude glow highlighter. I just used it like a handful of times. Again, I'm just not really highlighting in any way, shape, or form. I've not really been using anything to like as a finishing powder, which is how I generally like to use it. So it's not gotten much in the way of use, maybe 5 uses. So not very much, not enough to write home to mama about, certainly. The next item I want to update you on, because it's less exciting, so it might as well get it out of the way, is this Guerlain Meteorites. At this point, I think I used I can't even open it with my long nails, but so I can't open it, but I think I have like 3, so it's 1 full layer on the bottom and then 3 balls at the top, and that's it. And there's no extra powder or anything that like crushed stuff, because you know, like when you move it around it crushes. None of that at the bottom. So at this point I'm gonna keep using it. I just don't remember the last time I used it. It's just so very uninteresting. I just don't need it. And so I'm gonna keep it because what I want to do, my updated goal is not to use it this year, but just to get it to a point where it's just one flat layer of pearls and that's it. Once I do that, and that's like basically I have to use up I have to use enough where all pearls are just covering the base. Once I've done that, I will call it sufficient. The next item I want to talk about, again, very little progress. Actually, I think I only used it a single time, is the Dolce & Gabbana Sophia Loren lipstick. It is still smelling fine. However, I think it's time that I put it in the refrigerator. It's also very soft. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful shade, but it is something that I think I'm going to bring back out in the fall. So don't expect any usage on this. I'm just officially putting this in the fridge to like maybe hopefully hold on to it. And then I think I'm going to try to finish this in the fall, like starting from like October through the end of this year. So hopefully I get to do that. Another item I want to update you on is the Caviar Anti-Aging Sheer Dry Shampoo Powder Spray. I hate this product. I use this. There's still like about this much product left. I am going to toss this, or rather I'm just going to toss the contents because I'm going to eventually recycle this. And no, I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to toss it at the end of the year because this is, I don't want to keep using it. I just don't want to keep using it, and I'm not about to hate pan. No, thank you. I do want to update you on the Caviar Smoothing Hydrogelé Hair Perfector. I really love this product. This is basically an oil. It's basically an oil in gel form to like zhuzh up the hair, get rid of the flyaways, maybe make it more defined. I don't have any in my hair, so I don't know why I'm pointing it out. It took me like a month to start using this, and I've only used it maybe like 10 times. So I'm at like the point where it's like, it's right above the Alterna and the Alterna logo, but right under, like literally right here. So I'm hoping that I can get to this strip of glitter by the next update and then finish it in the rest of this year. I do love this product. I really like it. The issue is I am probably going to be moving between my next update and the end of this year. So hopefully I continue to love it enough to be willing to lug this because it's heavy. The next item I would like to update you on is the Pat McGrath lipstick in Sextrology. They don't make this shade anymore. I've only really used it one time. It smells fine. So I've only used it one time. There's no change. There is no change. I mean, should I even bother swatching? I'm going to swatch it anyway. It's a beautiful shade, but you know what? It's one of those shades that is just too light and too pink for this time of year. I think I'm going to enjoy using this in the colder months, so maybe starting at the end of October through the end of this year. Sorry, I just knocked some things over. The next item I would like to update you on is also a Pat McGrath lipstick, and it's one of the glittery ones, and it is in the shade Skin Sane. And I think I literally only used this like 1 or 2 times. I just didn't use it mainly because I was concentrating on the lip gloss that I already showed you that I used up, and then 2 lip liners that I used up. I was also concentrating on another lip gloss, so I'll show you those in just a minute. The next lipstick I want to update you on, since I'm already talking about Pat McGrath lipsticks, is also a Pat McGrath lipstick, and it is in the shade Lady Stardust. Now, I was using this, and I think I mentioned this in my last video. I was not enjoying it because it had a lot of glitter and chunky glitter, so it was really gritty on the lips. I just hated it. So what I did is I dug it out completely. As you can see to the bottom. I dug it out completely, and then I had already used up the Urban Decay Naked lipstick that I had in here and was using as a blush. And so what I did is I melted that lipstick over on like a spoon over a candle flame, not over the stove, but candle. And I've been using it as a blush. And I actually, so it was all the way full, and I already have a pan in this. So this shade though, and I am wearing it today along with something else, this shade, I'm gonna keep using it, but this shade is a little bit too pink for this time of year and the looks I like doing this time of year. It's not that you can't wear pink in the summer. It's that I don't like using pink shades like that, very cool toned pink shades for the summer. But I'm going to continue using it. I'm going to mix it with something that I'm bringing it in a hot minute, but that is remaining. But I think I'm going to aim to finish it towards the end of this year. I'm not going to push to finish before the next update. Hopefully I can finish the other two lipsticks because they don't seem to be going anywhere. The other items I want to update you on, and this is why a lot of the lipsticks didn't get as much love, is because I was concentrating on lip glosses. They were the Natasha Denona lip glosses. So the one that I was concentrating on is the, what is the shade? Oh my gosh, it's completely rubbed off. It doesn't even have the shade on it. So the only way I know is that because this is Daphne, and I barely use this. I think I use this like 3 times. I marked it right there at the beginning, like after my last update, and I'm like just barely under. I'm not even gonna bother marking it. But this one must be then Peony, and I am a little bit under that marking because I marked this at the beginning of July because that's when I was going to update it, but I've used it ever since. I really love this lip gloss. I love it so much that I'm actually taking it out of this project because I think at this point I've used half of it, and going forward it's going to be something that I can use naturally, and I'm probably going to use it up naturally. If I don't before the end of this year, I might put it in the project, but unlikely because I was looking for a different lip gloss to put on top of the lip combo that I have on today. I couldn't find anything, so I reached for this again because I love it so much. So this is going to be going out, but I am going to something dropped. But I am going to keep Daphne in because I want to get it to the same point. I want to get it to that halfway point, and once I've gotten to the halfway point, I can either roll it out so I can finish it naturally, or I can keep it in however I decide to go with that. The 2 last lip products I want to update you on are the Kylie Jenner lip liner. This was in the shade Cocoa K, and I have used quite a lot of it, but I haven't finished it. I'm not even like finished the point where it says Kylie, though this had like it further down. I think I'm going to finish it between now and the next update. This is just very pink, and I was like just reaching for Bare so much. I was really enjoying that. So I think I'm going to finish it before the next update. That's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. If things look different, it's because I had to get up in order to grab this from my bag, and it is the It Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi Rose Lip Balm. So when I brought it in, it was somewhere around this point right here, and this is all that I have left. I don't even know where it's going to be next to it. It's like at the halfway point. But point is, I didn't use this up completely, even though I thought that I would, because I don't enjoy this. I realized once I was using it that it's one of those lip balms or lip products that it has a bit of a pH changing quality, and I just do not like those dry out my lips. So during the cooler months my lips were drier, so I wasn't using it very much, but now that it's freaking hot outside, it's a little bit better to use. So I think I will complete this between now and the next update. It's just something that I just throw in my bag for use, but it is not something that I would recommend or repurchase unless you like products like that. They're the ones that change that have the pH balance stuff. I don't, so I don't recommend it. And the other lipstick I had in the project is this Surratt red lipstick. It is in the shade Rubis, and I've barely used it. I think I've only used it like 5 times because it is a really blue toned red, and it's just not a look I go for around this time of year. I'm just going to keep it in the project. I think this is something that I'm definitely going to use up again in the cooler months because I really lean for the cooler toned products, the cooler pinks, cooler reds, cooler everything around the winter time. So this is probably going to be something that I really want to use more of in December, not even like November, December, but I'll try it between now and then. So we'll see. I can't show you how much I've used because it's one of those products that when you click up, you can't click back down. So let's update you on the eyes, and then I'm going to be bringing some products in. So the first product I would like to update you on is this Urban Decay Glide 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Whiskey. My issue with this pencil is that it is a little bit reddish on my waterline. So I'm not sure if I want to keep this in right now because I've used it and I think I've sharpened it like twice, but it's just not been my favorite because what I like doing are the looks that I'm showing you right. Like this look, I've been loving this look, and this does not go because it's just too red. I'm gonna keep it in just in case I get one more sharpen out of it. You know, progress is progress. However, that's not going to be my main eyeliner. I'm going to be bringing in some eyeliners in a minute that I want to get usage on. So I'll get to that in a second. And I've also been using the Il Maquillage black liner. What is the name of it? Longwear eye pencil in Batman. I think I sharpened this once or twice. No, actually, I think I sharpened this like 3 times. So there's quite a lot of this. I'm not in a rush. I don't have any other black eyeliners in my collection right now. I don't believe. Maybe one, but I think it's not open, so it's not a big deal. And the final eyeliner I want to update you on, I don't actually like. I am wearing it today, but I'm wearing it over something else because this is a problem to use. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Freak, and my original goal was to wear it with the look that I'm wearing right now. It's this one right here. It works really well on the skin, but not so well on the waterline. You glide it across and nothing comes off this product. So I'm going to try using this on my actual movable lid a few times, and mainly and see if like maybe I can sharpen this to like the point where it's just like the Urban Decay starts, the U starts in Urban Decay. And then once I do that, I think I'm gonna roll it out because by that point this will be a shade that I can't really use as easily because the seasons would have changed and I prefer specific shades for specific seasons. I also want to update you on this Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. Still love this, but I've only used this twice. I mean, there's no discernible difference, but I'm going to show you to you anyway. I've only used it twice out of the 10 times I intended to use it, so there are 8 more uses on this before I can roll it out. So I'm excited to still have it in my project because this is beautiful. And another eyeshadow palette I was working on is this Pat McGrath Bridgerton palette. This is the second one. I've only used this 2 times, I believe, out of the 10 that out of the 10 that I intended to use it, and both times I believe I reached for. Actually, I don't remember what I reached for, so it doesn't matter. But I will keep using this. This is a hard palette for me to use because A, it looks similar to the other one, except that it doesn't have the fun shade that I like to pop over a look like this. But I think this is going to be more suited for the fall, which is going to be fine. I'm not in a rush. This is a beautiful palette. I'm excited to have it. So I need to use this 8 more times as well. And the last eyeshadow palette I want to update you on looks a little bit different only because it is no longer in its own palette. This is the Viseart eyeshadow palette. It was this one. It's now in a Z palette, as you see, because these are also Viseart shadows. So I decided to just put them in together because I was just not using them like that when I couldn't see them. I'm wearing something from this shade, from this side. I think I only used this like once or twice, and that just keeps being the problem. I'm just not inspired by that palette. I'm gonna keep it in just in the event I suddenly get inspired, but they're not bad. It's just I'm not using them, which is a problem. I almost forgot to update you on this one, but this is my favorite one, so I was keeping the best for last, and it is the Urban Decay Double Down Brow in the shade Brown Sugar. Now, last time we spoke, this was completely dried out, and I was using the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pomade in order to rehydrate this a little bit, and that wasn't working out very well, so I got Duraline for something else, a product I'm bringing into the project in just a jiffy. But then I decided to rehydrate this as well, and it worked perfectly. Look how much I used. I used half of that. Half of that. I'm so excited. And that shade is what I have in my brows today. It works beautifully in my brows. It's my favorite one. Too bad they don't make this anymore, but that's okay. I will live with that. So my goal for the next update will be to use half of that up, like another half of that, and dip into the other side about 10 times to gauge whether I like it or not, whether it's worth using or not, because that shade seems a little bit deep for me. And I'm not here trying to look like I have angry brows. That's not what I'm here for. But if I finish this shade completely before the end of the year, I'll be so happy. I'll be excited. I didn't intend for this to happen, but as you can see, it's light outside, which means that I finished recording and I had to make this decision after the fact when I realized how long this video actually was. I'm going to have to split this update into 2 videos. The first half will be the update, so the finished products and the updates on the items I already had in this project, and the second half is going to be the very many things I'm introducing into this project, and it's going to be the next video I post. I just have to do it that way because I'm introducing quite a lot of products, and the reason I'm introducing quite a lot of products is because I'm going to be moving soon again, as I had said in previous videos. It's just, this is not my permanent location, and as a result I can't take the things with me that I can't take everything I own with me basically, and so I have to finish heavy items, I have to finish half finished items, I have to figure out which items I even want to try and lug with me wherever it is that I'm going. So it's going to be a lot of usage items, usage goals, and some finish goals for the heavier products. So please come and see me in that video and we can chat about all the very many things I'm introducing into this project. I think it's definitely over 30. I hope it's not closer to 50, but thankfully it's a lot of usage goals. So I will see you in that video.